now watching College Football Frenzy. Here are your hosts, JJ Seglio and Jake Marino.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of College Football Frenzy. Jake, it is great to have you back for another week. We have made it to week 8 of the college football season. We've hit the halfway mark. How we feeling?
Oh, it's a great weekend of football. I just watched all weekend. It was great.
Oh, yeah. Tons of great games. Let's not waste any time. Jump right into the weekly recap. We are going to start things off, per usual, with the Army Black Knights. Very strong result against Charlotte. I mean, not much of a surprise, but overall, I'd say it was a good game. My father was at this game. He said the tailgate was amazing. They left at halftime because Army was just beating the brakes off them, but I'm assuming you know more than I do, so talk to me. How did these guys play against the 49ers on Saturday at Mikey?
Well, they play complete football from offensively and defensively, which they haven't really been seeing that since the Kansas State game. So, again, well done. Kudos to Jeff Monken getting the team ready, as they will play Tulane this coming weekend on Saturday, which is going to be a really tough matchup because Tulane just beat the brakes off who was it? Yeah, they beat ECU on
Eastern
Thursday
Carolina,
night.
yeah.
So, and that's the East Carolina team that really just gave many chances for Army to be in the game, but did a good job of holding them, right, and limited those mistakes. So Tulane beat the crap out of ECU. Let's see what Tulane could do with Army. Another American Conference rematch championship game right here.
The American Conference is definitely more stacked this year than it's been in previous years because you have not one, not two, not three, 4 potential contenders to win the conference.
I think you could also throw another team in there. You're going to think I'm crazy, but Temple looked pretty good last week.
Temple looked very good against Navy.
They look good.
That is most definitely a fact. I'm very impressed with how they played. But to go through the weekly recap, unfortunately, my Mean Green was absolutely they weren't decapitated, but they were never going to beat, South Florida. I mean, they gave up 63 points, which didn't really help much of anything. Yeah. They lose 63-36. The Washington Huskies knocked off Rutgers. That was summed it up for the Friday games. Also, big upset with Colorado State beating the brakes off of Fresno on Friday. That was a bit of a surprise. And then we go into Saturday's games. The Irish beat the crap out of the NC State Wolfpack. Not a big surprise there. What's really unfortunate, though, is the fact that the referees were absolutely atrocious in this game. If you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to break this down as quick as I can. So it's third down, right? NC State throws a pass. It's clearly incomplete. It's reviewed as it's called a catch. They review it. The ball is clearly not in his hands. It's called a catch. The very next play, guess what happens? Interception.
Yep.
Interception. Ruled an incomplete pass. You can clearly see he's got full control of the ball. After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is an incomplete pass. And Twitter was my best friend because I was doing a lot of angry tweeting that day with how bad by the way, I stand by my word when I say the ACC refs are the worst refs in all of sports. They hate Notre Dame with a burning passion because we won't join their stupid conference.
They got to join a conference.
They hate us.
Out here.
They absolutely hate us, and it drives me insane. But that's enough talk about Notre Dame. I got other games to recap. The big ones that really meant something, the Utah Utes beating the bejesus out of the Arizona State Sun Devils 42-10. I mean, what a performance from Devin Dampier. Right? Never mind, he did nothing. No, never mind, he didn't.
No.
I'm completely wrong. It says
Devin Dampier ran the ball for 120 yards.
Oh, he ran the ball. Okay, that makes more sense because I looked on it and it said he had 100.
He had 3 touchdowns himself.
I'm like, wait a second. I was like, wait a second. They had a pretty good game. Why does it only say, oh, yeah, he ran the ball?
He ran the ball crap on 10 carries, 120.
3 rushing touchdowns. Okay, now that makes more sense.
Ridiculous.
Great game from Devin Dampier.
It's like the Service Academy runs right there.
Yeah. To follow that up, BYU gets the double overtime win against Arizona. Not a bad game from Noah Fafita, but Bear Bachmeier, brutal performance. 12 for 29, 172 yards. Great game, however, from LJ Martin, 162 yards off of 25 carries. He was flat out phenomenal. A great game by Parker Kingston with 117 yards. BYU flat out was the better team from the beginning. Again, not a bad game from Arizona, but not enough to get the job done. LSU gets back in the win column, knocking off South Carolina 20-10. I mean, I'll tell you what, man. Garrett Nussmeier is probably the most boomer bust quarterback in the country. He's either going to have a lights out game or he's going to do whatever the hell he did against South Carolina because he was flat out garbage. 2 interceptions on him. His tight end did pretty much all the work with 8 catches, 119 yards. And no way, shape, or form, I'm saying that Trey Green is a bad tight end. But if you're supposed to be a Heisman Trophy quarterback, you got to use your other weapons. I mean, Barry and Brown only had 22 yards. Parker only had 75. I mean, not a very good game. Xavier Thomas had 6 yards, we're talking here. So, yeah, not a great day from LSU, but enough to get the job done. Minnesota knocks off Purdue, not a big surprise. Texas Tech beats the brakes off of Kansas. I'm telling you, Texas Tech is a team of destiny, man. They really are. UTSA put up 61 against Rice. Jesus Christ. That's the first time I've seen that yet. Clemson blows the doors off Boston College. Texas A&M knocks off Florida 34-17. I know you watched this game a lot. I'm assuming you watched about as much as I did. Florida was in that game. I mean,
Yeah.
they played really well.
They had a couple of chances, not knock them out, but really knock them off their feet. But again, they didn't really execute. TJ Lagway, I didn't think he played terrible. Again, I thought he had.
It wasn't bad, but that second half was absolutely dreadful. I mean, only scored 3 points against Texas A&M. That's not going to win you a football game.
Nope.
I'm now petitioning out the Wisconsin Badgers are the worst team in the Big Ten. They lose 37-0 to the Iowa Hawkeyes at home. That's flat out embarrassing. Coastal Carolina got back in the win column with a win over the almighty UL Monroe Warhawks. Those guys are awful. Florida Atlantic put up 53. Tennessee knocks off Arkansas 34-21. Bobby Petrino takes an L in his debut. But you brought up Navy. Let's talk about that game for a second because the Temple Owls, man, they had Navy on the ropes.
Yeah.
That was a battle between those two.
Despite the record being 3-3, I thought they were playing some pretty good ball. They're only
Navy's got my conference pick worried, man. If that's how you're gonna play against Temple, I respect all the balls of going for 2 to win the game. Again, another fantastic game from Blake Horvath, flat out just dominating once again on the ground with 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Eli Heidenreich, that guy's probably the best running back in this conference. Yeah. Like these midshipmen are good, man. And as long as we play them and they're ranked, we are actually in business. Honestly, we are. Georgia Tech beats Virginia Tech 35-20. Not a big surprise. Colorado upsetting Iowa State. Did not see that coming. Shout out to Colorado for keeping the Field Storm streak alive. And honestly, that was the win that they needed to somehow wake up a little bit.
It's funny how we were talking about a couple of weeks ago how the Deion Sanders was preaching why the students should leave the game. And now, a couple weeks later, they're staying and they're rushing the field, right? So it's actually a crazy turn of events that we've actually been watching for that Colorado Buffs team.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts within that team. To follow that up, we had Kansas State shocking the world, beating TCU 41-28. That pretty much ended the season. For TCU, you're done now. I mean, 2 losses, but you have to win out now, and you probably have to beat Texas Tech, not in a good spot. Nebraska with a big win against Maryland, 34-31. This game was awesome. I mean, watching Dylan Raiola duke it out with Maryland's quarterback, I can't remember his fucking name. Who was it? It's Malik Washington. He had himself a pretty solid game, 27-37 with 249 passing yards. What did you think about this game between Nebraska and Maryland? Because I personally loved it.
I thought it was a great back and forth matchup. And again, Raiola stuck through it and got the win for his team. But again, not bad play by Maryland. I thought they were pretty good too. It was a really good game.
I got to say, I'm genuinely impressed with how they played that day. To follow that up, we witnessed our first Ole Miss scare of the season, nearly losing at home to Washington State. How we feel about that one, Jake? Because I was hoping for Wazoo, man. I wanted to see them win that game so bad.
Yeah, it's one of those that you really get nervous. Like, is this really happening right now? Wazoo coming in to Oxford, Mississippi, and just taking over, right? Like, I think as an Ole Miss fan, you're worried. Like, is this really happening right now? Like, are we getting worse? But yeah,
Not a good game whatsoever. But speaking of not good games, Florida State, man, they fooled us. They
Yeah.
absolutely fooled us.
That's a bad loss at home, dude. That's
Terrible.
really, really unfortunate there.
And I think, honestly, Jake, that may have done enough to say,
Yeah.
Mike Norvell, you're on the hot seat now. Your seat is warming up. You're in a terrible position right now.
0-3 in the ACC. I think the ACC is pretty. I'm not saying it's the
It's
worst.
mid.
It's not the worst and it's not the
mid-conference.
best. So again, Mike Norvell is really pushing to his capacity there. I don't think he's going to be there much longer.
It's such a mid conference. I mean, I'm just not moved by them whatsoever, and that's concerning. That conference just does not move me at all.
I mean, you got an SMU team that just blew out Stanford, Stanford's probably arguably one of the worst teams in the ACC, right? So maybe they'll start making a push at the top.
SMU could definitely get right back into this. But the final two games that I want to highlight before we get into the deep dives, UCLA, are they back? I mean, good God.
Listen, they got their spark back. Now they're playing spoiler. There's no shot for them in the conference championship, but now they could go out here and spoil these teams' dreams, right? So again, Nico, I thought although his passing yards was only 180, he had 3 important touchdowns and just absolutely rolled out the Spartans here.
Yeah, so to follow that up, we had the Illabuck. I'm very happy that they brought this rivalry back. I love it. Illinois, that was some of the worst red zone play calling I've ever seen. I mean,
oh
Jesus
my gosh,
fucking Christ.
Yeah.
How did you not even try to win this game? Who would win, Ohio State or the Jets? Good question. Very good question. I mean, it depends. Is Aaron Glenn coaching for the Jets?
After what I watched last week, probably Ohio State, man. I'm sure they'll probably be better with a full team of rookies right now.
I mean, 11 points in internet at 9:30 a.m. is crazy. That why? But okay, we could talk about the Jets all day long. We don't have the time for that. Let's get right into the topics. Starting off with the upset that was heard around the world. Indiana, congratulations. You've officially proved that you're a legitimate contender for the national championship. I'm impressed.
Speaking of the Jets, that's probably Indiana's quarterback right there, Fernando Mendoza.
What did you think about this game?
I thought Cignetti was full of crap all last year, and to be honest, the start of this year. But what he did in Eugene, Oregon, crazy.
I gotta say, I'm truly impressed with Curt Cignetti. I mean, I said that this Indiana team is significantly better than last year. I didn't think they were going to go into goddamn Autzen Stadium where College Game Day was and to put up that performance.
Yeah.
That was flat out incredible. That was incredible.
I can't even talk about it because I was such a Curt Cignetti hater.
I wanted to shit on them so bad if they were to get blown the fuck out. Yeah. Unfortunately, that did not happen.
Nope. He's keeping his word around, man.
God damn it, man. I can't believe I have to talk Ethan Bonner, I want to just shout you out, Charlie Warnock, fucking Jared Sher, all the Indiana people that I bashed on earlier in the year. Have this moment, would you? Okay? You get this moment, all right? You broken me down as a college football fan. I have to say that Indiana is a top 5 team. Do you know how upset that makes me? I don't like Indiana whatsoever. I hate Curt Cignetti because he's a cocky asshole. But still, fuck, man. It pisses me off. I'm spitting all over the place. Anyway, speaking of spitting, you want to talk about a spit in the face? The fact that the Auburn Tigers lost this game. They were in full control from the very beginning. It all came down to that QB sneak on the goal line.
It's just not good play calling, right? Just I don't think why are you doing that with Arnold? Do you have other weapons you could use?
It was the right play call, and I think he was in. I think it should have been a 17-0 game. I think Jackson Arnold was clearly in the end zone.
No. I think he could have went to the running back there.
I get what you're saying, but you have a chance to go up 17-0. You can't fumble the fucking ball on the goddamn goal line. You can't be.
You gotta put your ball in. You gotta put the ball in the playmakers, and
you do gotta put the ball in the playmakers.
I really don't think Arnold's a really good runner in that situation. He's not physical enough.
That is true. Jackson Arnold is not very physical whatsoever. But to make matters worse, and this is a situation that a lot of people aren't really going to talk about, Auburn's play calling was just awful down the stretch. Terrible.
They really went cold midway through the second quarter. I mean, only scoring 10 points the whole game and scoring 0 in the second half.
No points the entire second half. Credit to Georgia's defense, but that's a terrible win.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next game where Alabama knocks off Missouri, ending the Tigers' undefeated season. Ty Simpson's the Heisman favorite.
Yeah.
I said it. Ty Simpson is the Heisman favorite right now.
Yeah. I don't think this is a bad loss for Missouri.
No.
I really don't think so. They're playing a really good Alabama team. And not to mention Kalen DeBoer wearing that black sweatshirt. What is he, 14-2 now with it on?
14-2, yeah.
Yeah. So, some crazy stat, right? And again, Ty Simpson really, I think he's starting to lock down that Heisman spot right there.
I got to say, I'm really impressed with how Ty Simpson played. I'm impressed with Kalen DeBoer. I mean, everybody wanted this man's head after what happened against Florida State, which I'm now considering was one of the biggest flukes in the history of college football.
Listen, I think it's kind of another comparison to Marcus Freeman over there for Notre Dame, right? Everybody wanted him after the NIU loss. Then he goes on.
Oh, it was the Marshall game. Everybody wanted.
No, Marshall game.
Also, that too. That was
both of them. They wanted him out.
They wanted him fired after.
Yeah, they wanted him gone. That's what I'm saying. So again,
they wanted him fired after fucking A&M.
Yeah. Like again, they're going to work every single day, and they're saving that. Not saving just.
We're the worst fans ever on social media. I swear to God, I hate all my team's fan bases are absolutely awful on social media. It drives me insane.
I don't know who's worse, Yankees or Mets fans.
Mets fans are so.
I don't know. If the Yankees lose 10 games in a row, we're calling out Boone. Boone's got to go.
Mets fans would rather them lose so they could be right versus them actually win games. I swear to God, that's a real thing. But again, to talk about craziness in college football, Red River, man, what did you think about that game? Because is Texas back? I mean, holy shit.
I think what I see was Oklahoma was rushing John Mateer and his hand injury. I don't know if you watched, but they did a whole thing on how the surgeon explained what he went through with his hand and everything, and it just looked like they rushed it. They rushed his recovery just for this game to potentially I don't think their season's over.
No.
I think that loss is just it's not worth it right there. I don't think if they got blown out, their season would be over too, right?
It's also galvanizing. It hurts, especially because you're facing UT and it's the Red River rivalry, and you never, ever, 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 ever want to lose that shit. It's probably one of the best rivalries in the country, and you now have to be mocked out by Texas fans for the next year. I understand that, but we're talking about a situation where you're potentially making the college football playoff, potentially play for the SEC title.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think rushing Mateer
this early
in the season.
They absolutely rushed him.
It's not smart because that 3 interceptions, those are awful throws.
Calling that game, I was
worse than Dylan Gabriel on Sunday.
Yes.
Worse than Justin Fields. Just
calling that game, I was losing my mind because some of these interceptions, what are you doing, John Mateer?
Yeah,
made a lot of people look really stupid with their Heisman picks.
And it shows you don't trust your backup. Although he was winning these past couple games, you're telling me you don't trust him going down in Texas?
Speaking of big teams losing and fraudulent quarterback play, down go the frauds again. Michigan, what the fuck was that? That was awful.
Terrible showing.
I mean, listen, we all knew that Michigan wasn't that good to begin with. Why I picked them for the playoff, I have no idea. My playoff picks look horrible right now. But still.
There's not much you could do. There's no really data you could gain and be like, all right, this seems going to be pretty good, right? So all I guess in Michigan just really are not fulfilling to their expectations midway through the season. They're really shot.
To make matters worse, I had to watch people talk good about USC. Do you know how upsetting that is to me?
You and your USC, man.
I hate those guys with a burning passion for obvious reasons. But I will say this. I'm not going to just harp on how bad Michigan played. That SC offense is fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Jaden Maeva dominates once again. Mekhi Lemon, another 90-plus yard game. Hell, King Miller had
Oh my
himself
God. He had nearly
172 yards against
Yeah.
a Michigan defense that could stop the run better than almost anyone in the country.
Yep.
Bryce Underwood,
It's
terrible. Bryce Underwood, terrible. But
not
the
good
defense,
for
what
big
the hell is a defense? Again, I could sit here and talk about them all they want, but there's one more game we have to talk about. One more move we have to talk about. Jake, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it actually happened. James Franklin has been fired as the head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Yeah.
Losing at home to fucking Northwestern.
They're really having a terrible week, dude. Or not even a terrible week, a terrible month.
Terrible last 15 days. 15 days ago, they were up a touchdown in overtime after being down 17-3 against Oregon.
Yeah, and I think
what's happening?
Yeah, it's nobody knows, right? Obviously, Penn State loses last week, the week before, and now this week.
And now they lost Drew Aller for the season.
Yeah, Drew Aller's gone. Everything's going downhill, and I think it was I think they were in a panic, and that's why they pushed James Franklin out of the door. I think they panicked. James Franklin did. I don't think he did everything for them, but he helped them get out of the shit.
I mean, no question asked. He did. He brought the program back. That is for sure. No one.
And I understand they're saying, "Oh, your time's gone here. Like you did everything you did, but now we need a new face in the building." I think
you do need a new face in the building.
I mean, you can't wait until the end of the season.
You can't lose to UCLA, who's winless, and Northwestern at home, and expect him to stay. That's just not going to work. Not for a team that was number 2 in the AP poll to start the season. Number 2.
Well, now the season's just completely ruined. They're going to try to play spoiler for their way out, but I don't see that happening.
I'll tell you one thing they are gonna win, Jake. They may as well be the front runner now for locale of the year. I didn't think anyone could pass the Mets. We may have ourselves a front runner.
They might as well opt out of a bowl game, dude. They might as well opt out of a bowl game.
If they're not even bowl eligible, oh my God. Yeah. If they can't even make a bowl game this year, oh my God, that would just be
they're gonna
next
end up
level
playing like Toledo or something like
that. That would be next level embarrassment. But speaking of embarrassments, the AP Top 25 poll is out. We're gonna start off with my top 25 because I do have it this time. The app decided to let me do it on a Tuesday, like it should be every week, or not even on Monday. This is my AP Top 25 as of right now. Not much of a crazy change. I'm still high on Washington. You can't convince me that the Huskies are the top 25 team in the country, with their one loss being to Ohio State. Obviously, the big riser, Indiana. Number 3 in the entire country. I fucking hate this. Texas Tech over Alabama. Yeah, I believe that Texas Tech is the best non-SEC Big Ten team in the country. I do think that this team would give Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Indiana, even Miami a run for their money. Have you seen what that defense can do, Jake?
No.
I think they might have a top 3 defense in the country. I'm being so serious when I say this. Texas Tech might go to the Final Four if they keep playing like this.
Just gotta keep playing.
The big droppers, obviously, Oregon falling to number 8, LSU climbing to number 12. Notre Dame's at number 13. You thought you could kill us. You thought we were dead. No.
You thought they were dead. You thought they were dead. Third week of the season. You thought they were dead.
I did.
I just want to point out one thing.
But we're still alive, bitches.
I just want to point out one thing. You keeping Cincy in there, right? Cincy's really been playing some really good football.
Cincy dropped all the way to 25, which I didn't even realize. I thought I had him at 24. They're realistically 24, 25.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they dropped, but they did have a shitty result against UCF, so I guess it's kind of justifiable. Nebraska will probably be up there the minute either Washington, Utah, or Memphis lose. They'll be up. Actually, no. They'll probably be up there on Sunday when Vanderbilt eventually will lose to LSU. Because I think a Vanderbilt loss will probably take them out of the top 25. Unfortunately, that's just the way that I see it. This is my top 25. What do you think?
I think it's pretty similar to the one I'm looking at right now on the screen. Like, there's really nothing I would change here. every single team there, I think they deserve in the right position. Besides Notre Dame and LSU, like that again, that middle row, you could throw somebody in there around the same way, right?
You
And
probably
Cincinnati,
could put Missouri on there, to be honest, like
honestly,
14.
you could, you really could, and Oklahoma, yeah, you lost that game. It is what it is. I think you did a really good job here.
I did not realize I had them falling 10 spots. That's
But
rough.
I think it's understandable because they could have done a better job. They could have swapped out Mateer.
True. They
They
could have
could've.
done it very,
But-
very differently. But
Yeah.
hey, that will sum it up for my top 25. So now let's get to the actual top 25 because apparently I don't know ball, which is really disappointing that people have not realized it yet that I'm a college football ball knower. This is my sport. This is what I know better than a lot of people. So let me get you guys the actual top 25. Says you all want to poke fun at my shit. Hey, that's your choice. I'm not going to judge you on it. I'm just the guy that's calling the shots on the show. Regardless, the top 25 that is, the actual one, if it would let me pull this goddamn thing up, which is really starting to drive me insane. I mean, come on now. Can we get this to work or not? Shit's not loading. Anyway, the top 25 is really not much different, except they have LSU at number 10, USC at number 20, and Nebraska. Nebraska,
Dylan Raiola and Matt Rule.
That is probably the biggest difference between. Oh, finally, now it's working. Hey, there we go. There's your top 25 for the AP top 25 right here.
I think yours is pretty similar to this, man. You know your sport.
Well, of course they're gonna put Alabama over Texas Tech because of their bullshit SEC bias.
SEC favorite over here.
I'm taking Texas Tech over Alabama. I'm saying right now, Texas Tech would beat Alabama. They would beat Ole Miss, and they would beat Texas A&M. I'm telling you right now, they're the best team in Texas. They're the best non-Big Ten SEC squad in the country. I will fucking die on that hill. But let's get into this week's picks. And I'll tell you what, Jake, this slate, man, is beautiful.
Yeah, we got a really nice week again. I think we've been blessed every single week so far. There might have been one week where we haven't really been getting those good games, but even those games that we don't think are gonna be gems, they're really hitting. And I love watching those highlights of those close games. I didn't think Navy and Temple would be a really good game, and then I started watching the highlights. I'm like, holy crap! UNLV, Air Force, another one of those.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the better weeks of years of college football that we've had. So there is one thing I do want to bring up to you. As of right now, we don't have an Empire Sports Media game of the week because there's so many to choose from. Like, hell, this could be a contender. Start us off with LSU and Vanderbilt, Jake.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna ride high with LSU and Nussmeier. I hope he's really gonna have one of those games. You talked about him being inconsistent, whether he's gonna be really good. Really not. Last week, he really wasn't there. Hopefully, we'll have a bounce back week against the Commodores here.
Man, if there's a god above, Vanderbilt's going to win this game. But unfortunately, those don't exist in the college football landscape. I'm taking LSU, and I'm very upset that I have to take them because I really, 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 really wanted to see them win this game. But hey, it goes without saying. Following that up with Georgia Tech and Duke. Why the hell is this game on here? But Duke's been looking promising lately. I could very well see this game as a trap game.
Yeah. Darian Mensah really turning it around for the Blue Devils team after a really, I guess not a shaky start in the beginning, but Haynes King really been doing a great job down there over the past year. Give me the Yellow Jackets here. Not trapping.
Going with Georgia Tech, I like it. I'm also going to go with Georgia Tech. I mean, I feel like that one's really not too difficult. Here's one that could be really interesting.
Yeah.
Arizona and Houston.
Yeah, this is a really good matchup here. I think this is a coin toss, dude. I really do think so. Who do you got here?
I'm going with Noah Fafita and the Arizona Wildcats.
Give me the Wildcats here with you on that one. In Houston,
as you can see, the odds are completely even. 110, 110.
Yeah. -1.5 Houston. That's because they're a home team. They're going to give them some points. Yeah.
It's going to be one hell of a game, and I can't wait. Baylor and TCU, the battle of two teams that are hanging on for dear life in this conference. Who do you got?
Well, they're going down in Fort Worth. Give me the Baylor Bears here.
Not so fast, my friend. Give me Josh Hoover and Eric McAllister, the TCU Horned Frogs. Follow this game up with Oklahoma, South Carolina.
Oklahoma, South Carolina.
Don't fall for the trap, Oklahoma. This is a tough game.
No.
South Carolina is good at home. This is tough.
I don't know. I don't know what they do here for Oklahoma. Do they start John Mateer? Do they bring him in as like a backup safety here? But again, I think Oklahoma woke up. They're gonna have a rough week at practice this week. Going into South Carolina, give me the Oklahoma Sooners here.
I'm going to go with Oklahoma as well. I really would like to see this upset, but I don't see it. Ole Miss and Georgia. Now, this is a fun one.
Yeah. This is a night game too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This should be the Empire Sports Media game of the week.
It could be, but it's at 3:30, and I don't really like 3:30 start times.
No. Yeah. God, they're playing in Sanford, Georgia. God, Georgia, man. I'm going with Georgia right here. Gunnar Stockton is going to have a game.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. The Georgia Bulldogs are the greatest 3:30 team on God's green earth. I'm taking the Dogs again.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, I'm sorry, your undefeated season comes to an end. But now that Washington State game does make sense because Georgia was next on their schedule. Follow that game up with Old Dominion and JMU. Okay. Love to the Sun Belt. I respect it.
All right. They're really trying to push their Brandon over here. All right. I don't really know much about both teams, but give me the Dukes here.
All right. I'm going to go with Old Dominion. I feel like they've been playing really good football as of late. Penn State and Iowa.
Penn State. I think Penn State's really going down the wrong path. Again, they've had a really rough month, but I think the new head coach will be getting a 1-0 win for his coaching debut. Give me the Nittany Lions here.
Yeah, there's no way in hell Penn State loses this game.
Despite Iowa's record being 4-2, which I guess is pretty good for them. They're only
if they lose to Iowa, so help me God if they lose to
Iowa's the laughing stock
Iowa
of that conference.
All right, next up is Missouri and Auburn. Yeah. Now, this is a night game, so Missouri, I unfortunately cannot take you to win this game. I'm going with Auburn to get their redemption.
I'm going against you here. Again, I wasn't really too impressed with Jackson Arnold and that Auburn Tigers offense, although their defense has been playing really good. They played pretty solid against Georgia here. Give me Missouri coming off a tough loss against Alabama. I think their offense is really going to steamroll on that Auburn Tigers defense after I think majority of their defensive guys got injured last week.
They did, yeah.
So I think this is an opportunity for Missouri to come in and demolish.
Oh, baby. Now, this could be considered the game of the week. Also, the Holy War. After last year's absolutely controversial result, Utah was flat out robbed in this game. Yeah. They're going to win it this year in Brigham Young. I'm going with Utah.
A little in-state rivalry going on here. Give me the Cougs.
We're different again. I like it. And there's oh my God, there's no way they forgot these games. Okay. So I looked at the slate and they forgot a lot of games. So I'm gonna just rifle them off to you.
How did they forget the number 11 and the number 6?
How the hell did you forget Tennessee versus all right, we'll do Tennessee, Alabama next.
Okay.
What do you got? Yeah, you can go.
All right. Tennessee going in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Give me the front runner for the Heisman right now, Ty Simpson, that Crimson Tide offense going against that tough Volunteers defense. With that being said, I think Bama's going to win it here at home. If it was in Tennessee, I think the outcome would be much more different. Give me Alabama here.
I'm thinking the same exact thing. I'm also going to go with Alabama just because of the fact they're at home. You know what? For shits and giggles, let's pick Army Tulane.
Yeah. Oh, God. I hate doing this to the Army, but
no, you can't.
I hate doing it. I hate doing it.
Don't do
it. Give me the Army Black Knights.
There you go.
Going down in Tulane.
I will never, ever pick against Army. I'm going with them again. Obviously. There's your plug, Army. We give you one every single show.
I'm looking at the tickets right now for the Army Tulane. It's as low as $8.
You should head down to Louisiana.
No.
Weren't you just in Louisiana?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, go again. Next up, we've got Michigan and Washington. This is the game that gets the Huskies ranked. I'm taking Washington again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go here. You've been really on Washington all season long. I'm going with the Huskies on this one.
What could be the preview of the Mountain West Championship? UNLV versus Boise State.
UNLV had a scare last week against Air Force, but that doesn't scare me enough. Give me the Rebels here. Hotty toddy.
I'm also going completely different team.
No.
This is Dan Mullen's UNLV Rebels, not Lane Kiffin's Hotty Toddy Rebels. I'm going with UNLV as well. Texas Tech and Arizona State.
Arizona State looked absolutely awful. Again, you're high on Texas Tech. Give me Texas Tech here.
Go with the Red Raiders one more
Give me
time.
Texas.
And finally, the fact that this game didn't get mentioned is an absolute joke. In my opinion, dare I say, a top 3 rivalry in all of college football. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on the scum of the earth, the Southern California Trojans, or as I like to call University of Stupid You-Know-Whats, or as Lou Holtz likes to call them, the University of Spoiled Children, or as I also like to call them, Condom University. Everyone knows who I'm taking. I'm not going to waste any time. The goal for the season is simple, always, forever. Whether this is the last one or not, always beat Southern Cal. Give me the Irish.
Yeah, and again, I know you hate talking about USC, but their offense looked really good last week against. They just ran the ball really good against Michigan.
They did, but Notre Dame's defense is finally coming alive.
But that's not going to stop the Fighting Irish. They're always going to fight. They're going to run the ball heavy. Give me Notre Dame here.
Hell yeah. Now, there's one more game that I missed, and I want to do this one before we get off the air. There's a Friday game that's on, and I just want to dive into this one really quickly.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know how they put on Friday.
Louisville and Miami. This one is low-key scary for the Hurricanes. They have not played very well.
Trap game?
This is definitely a trap game. Are you kidding me? I'm taking Miami, but Louisville will probably cover, is my guess.
Miller Moss going down to Hard Rock.
I hope Louisville wins so
Not enough. Not enough here. Miami, you said they should be number 1. I'm riding with you again here. Give me Carson Beck.
I'm just looking at the schedule. Is there any other game to really talk about? I don't think so. I think that is the last.
Syracuse and Pitt. I'm kidding.
Yeah, Pitt's gonna win that shit.
Oregon Rutgers.
Oh yeah, that one. Nah, I was considering going to that game, but I can't do that.
Give
me the mean green. You already know. Give me the mean green. All right, we could have sat here and gone over this entire slate, if I'm being honest. But unfortunately, another time for that. That's going to wrap it up for another episode of College Football Frenzy. For Jake Marino, I'm JJ Seglio. We'll see you guys next week, and go Irish.
We're parked out by the tracks. We're sitting in the back and we just started getting busy when she whispered, what was that? The wind, I think, cause no one else knows where we are. And that was when she started screaming, that's my dad outside the car. Oh, please.